Well, what do you think of that? Is that a hit song or a hit song?
100% hit song. It's got so many interesting little hooks and such, which begin at the beginning. You know, the first notes that you
Yeah.
hear already hook you. You know, instrumentally, it's universal in its appeal, and structurally, it is not. It's not cut and dried. Ding, 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 ding. Formulaic, because when it does the A and B sections, and then when it does that breakdown in bridge,
Mhm.
it takes it completely differently than you would expect it to take. And it continues the theme, but says it in a slightly different way before it brings you back to that very singable and very memorable chorus.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's a
very
very good
much.
description. Yeah, Bill, go ahead.
It seems to me that at the time this came out, we still had white music and black music, and this is clearly across the board.
Oh, definitely. It's it's very structured and polite for black music. And yet it has the groove, and it's got the soulful style of singing, um, that that crosses over both for black and white audiences. And I think Diana did a superb job on the vocal on this one.
Mhm.
Um, I'm sure they went over it 500 times so they got it perfect, but it is perfect. It's perfect without being uh, overly manicured, overly controlled. Uh, like today with all the electronic things they do to even things out, it gets almost overly homogenized, and still
Mhm.
there's a aliveness to it that comes across.
Yeah, there's nothing sterile about it.
Yes, there you
Uh,
go. Yeah,
it's got a soulful element without pushing too far for the
right.
times. And the background vocals were excellent and supportive. I would have always liked them a little bit higher in the mix, but that's me.
The songwriters, Holland Dozier Holland. I mean,
Yes.
they had they had the I'm just going to use the word formula, but they were brilliant. And I mean, they wrote this song, and I mean, they just seemed to know how to make a song with listenable. I mean, there's a story going on here too, you know, in the song, and it's got this groove to the song, you know, that they create. And then that bass player, James Jamerson, he well, later on, I want to hit on Carol Kay being the bass player for a lot of Motown hits. But right now on this song, James Jamerson did it, the bass. And he's got that riff, you know, doom, 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 doom. And come on, it grabs you immediately. And I love that. And this song, probably most of the songs that you're going to present today, I have memories of my my late aunt. She babysat for us while my parents went to Hawaii when I was a young kid, and she and my sister and my brother and I spent the night at their house while they were gone, and she was major Supreme fan, especially of Diana Ross, and she would hand us broomsticks and literally, and then that was our microphone stand, and she'd
Mhm.
have us lined up in the basement where she, you know, singing these Motown hits, and we knew the words because the choruses you repeat them, and we all argued over who was going to be Diana, but we even knew what she was going to say. But this song here, it's like you know, because you know right away what they're gonna say. You can't hurry, love. It's an earworm. You know the hooks, all so many hooks, musical hooks, um,
Lyrical.
lyrical hooks, all of it. It just is amazing, and that's what Holland Dozier Holland was great with this company Motown for creating such incredible music for us to listen to.
And creating such precious, wonderful memories. That is one of the best that
Oh,
I've
sure.
heard. That that
Yeah,
that just really got me. The kids in the basement with the broomsticks and
yeah,
Auntie carrying on. That is just so precious.
yeah. And I'll tell you that that contributed to my interest, of course, in music itself. Because I mean, we just. Uh, we looked forward to going to her house because we knew we were going to be doing that. It was just so much fun. She was a hip aunt. She was very cool. But I, I once, I had a memory in Las Vegas. I was at a Diana Ross concert, and she would walk through the audience, and she would sing, and then she would say hello to people at those tables. And she looked at me and she said, "Don't I know you from somewhere? I feel like I know you." And I told her, "I don't think so, but I just want you to know I was born in Detroit, and I've been singing your song since I was an itty bitty kid." And of course she liked that, but it was like amazing. Like, couldn't I have thought of something else to say to her? Like, of course you know me. We had lunch, you
Yes.
know. But good pick on this one, David. I mean, again, I don't know why why did you choose this particular one to open this up with?
Just because it's such a great song, it is so well structured, and
Okay.
it's I talk about levels where a song hits one level, goes to another one,
Yes.
and back, and then goes to a third level and back. And you had three levels and a bridge as well. And it's like from the beginning to that. This was 2 minutes 48 seconds long, and
Unbelievable.
there was so much there within that 3 minute span, and it just kept you going. And of course, you wanted to hear it. When it's well structured and like that, you could listen to that song 50 times. If it's the
Yeah.
same thing over and over, it gets worn out very quickly.
And it hits us in the seat of our pants because it references our mama. And
Yeah, universal. Absolutely.
the universal aspect of, oh gosh, mama's telling me this. Oh, I gotta listen because mama's always right. She always ends up being right. It
Yeah.
may take a while, but
Yeah.
we come to that conclusion. It's like, oh gosh, why didn't I listen in the first place?
Well,
Yeah. And did any do? I'm sure you do. You recall when Phil Collins did a cover
yes.
of this?
Yes, that's what I meant. It was
Yeah.
number one hit when he did it.
He was like number one in. I'm not sure. I think it went number one in England, but and maybe here too. I don't know. But the drums start out just like this record does, and then even though he's saying talking about Mama says, and you get this advice from Mama, and of course we want to follow advice from Mama, and but it's all relatable stuff. It's just really, really amazing the way it was put together, and you get a message. You get
A
you get a
group.
message, you get melody, you get harmonies, you get structure, you get all the things that make a Motown hit a hit.
Good read.
Yeah, amazing.
And when I was teaching lyrics and around and on panels, when we were evaluating stuff, we would call this type of song an advice song. And
Oh,
those are good
okay.
songs to write because people always seek advice. I mean, look at all the Dear Abby columns, and what's happening on Chat GPT. It's like everybody is seeking advice online, and it's just, I'm sure back with the elders and the tribal people and the shamans. I mean, sure, people. It's always been where people seek advice and either listen to it or rebel against. But
Yeah.
I think too, so we're seeing a resurgence in that element of songwriting. Partly because the way that, in the 50s, everything expanded out and families weren't living under the same roof and such. The generations were not living together so much. But with the way the economics times have gone, we're seeing more and more people in generational households and grandparents, taking care of the grandkids while mom and dad work and such. So you're seeing more of a desire because people are again seeing the value of having those generational contacts and learning from the valuable experience of their elders. It's something that the indigenous peoples have never lost.
Right. By the way, you're talking about memories. I just had lunch at the senior center and I was talking to a few people mentioning the songs that we're going to cover, and everybody's face lit up in a smile
Yeah.
because everyone remembers these songs. It was part of our growing up, it was our coming of age material. Um, and uh, I would think young people hearing these songs could hopefully relate to the messages in the field as well.
Yeah.
Um, okay, any other comments? Because yeah, there's a lot of other Supreme stuff I could have picked, and there's one I want to cover again. I have it with me if we have time, but it's cut from a different cloth. It's one of their message songs. And I told you we're going to cover Elvis later on. And the I wanted to do the song that Elvis did called In the Ghetto, which had a social commentary.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to pick stuff that relates to the times. Well, Motown went through a social commentary phase. I mean, Berry Gordy was a genius at reading what people wanted and the market wanted. So, and I saw the video of this. I like it, although it seems a little staged for me. It's called Love Child, and it's another really well written song. It seems a little artificial because uh, the Supremes are sort of in rags. They're always so glamorous, and here they're trying to be inner city youth. But nevertheless, it is such a well written song. But I'm going to save that for when we do a social commentary of other stuff, unless we have time at the end today. But we got
Okay.
plenty of songs to listen to. Um, so we're going to go to another Dozier Holland song. Um, the song uh, this song, when I wrote my novel, my sort of uh, faux representation of a autobiography, sort of a fictionalized autobiography of myself. Uh, this was a very seminal song in my growing up. And it's sort of like, for the very first time, got me interested in pop music. And uh, I was a jazzer during high school, but I heard this song and it blew me away.
Huh.
I think you've heard it once or twice. And it's Martha and the Vandellas. And need I say more?